Good morning, students. Today we have a second video lecture of subject radar and TV engineering. That is application of radio waves. So first we will discuss about the basic principles and working condition and working construction and operation of the radars and application of radars. And in the second part of the curriculum, we will discuss the TV engineering. So the objective of the radar to learn radar fundamentals like the radar equation, operating frequencies, and application. To understand the basic concept of different types of radars for surveillance and the tracking. So in this lecture, we are we are able to understand the basic fundamental of radar equation, range equations, and MU, maximum unambiguous range of radar. The main content of this lecture is first introduction to the radar, basic principles and the features of radar, measurement of the range, maximum unambiguous range. These are the textbooks and references. First textbook is Introduction to the Radar System, that is by Skolnick, Tata McGraw-Hill, Special Indian Edition, second edition, that is the Tata McGraw-Hill 2007, or new edition you can also see, which is available in library as well as online. References, these are the reference books. Introduction to the radar system. Second, radar principles, technology, application, Baron Ade Pearson education. Third, principles of the modern radar, basic principles, Mark A. Richards Jam, A. Shear, William A. Hole, PhD 2013. Fourth one is the Radar Handbook by M.I. Skolnick. Fourth and fifth one is the Understanding the Radar System by Simon Kinsley and Sean King, Scientech publication, McGraw-Hill. Basic outcomes of or learning after this lecture is student will able to demonstrate an understanding of the factors affecting the radar performance using radar range equation, analyze the principle of FMCW radar and apply it in FMCW altimeters. These are the two outcomes of this video lecture. Basic principles and features. Radar is a contraction of the words radio detection and ranging. Radio detection and ranging. It is primarily a detection tool which work on radio wave or radio frequency. It is detect the object at far distance and find the range of the object. The source of that detection mechanism is the radio waves. Radar is an electromagnetic system for the detection and the location of the objects. It operates by transmitting a particular type of the waveform, a pulse modulated sine wave, for example, and detects the nature of the echo signal. Means radar is a device which is work on the transmission and reception, and one single antenna is used as a transceiver which is used to transmit the signal and receive the signal. Transmitting pulse is generated by oscillators, which is pulse modulated sine wave for transmission, and in the transmission section we have oscillators, RF generators, and amplifiers and modulators. In the receiver section we have some RF receiver section, that is the intermediate frequency modulator and demodulators and power amplifiers, display, and recording type units. Detects the nature of the echo signal. Radar can see through the conditions such as the darkness, haze, fog, rain, and snow, which is the not possible for human vision. So it is a detection tool which is work on the electromagnetic waves, and it is not be measure the range or detect the radar by its range. It is a complete microwave system, and it is the extension of our eye. So our eye actually gives us the information about various things that is in the around of us, in front of us. But the radar extends the capability of an human eye because it gives you a more range. Radar is applicable for the range 500 kilometers, 1000, 5000 kilometers, or beyond this. So our eye is not able to see beyond the 1 kilometers or 500 0.5 kilometers or half kilometers. So this device is applicable to find the target object beyond our eye range. So this is the extension of our eye. Our eye is also able to the see in the daytime light, and we are not able to see in the night, but radar is applicable in both the condition. But radar does not suffer from these. Radar also work on the electromagnetic radiation, but since its frequency range is such that it can see in the darkness also. So even if when the normal light is not there, radar can see. So that is an important extension of the eye. Then it can see in the uh, rain also and snow. Normal eye cannot clearly see in all these impairments, but radar can see. But then there is some drawback of the radar. Definitely our eye has a very good resolution. We are able to see points separately. Radar cannot do that because radar is much poorer to the eye in terms of resolution. So this is a one drawback of radar. In addition, radar has advantage that it can measure the distance or range to the object. An elementary form of radar consists of a transmitting antenna emitting electromagnetic radiation generated by an oscillator of some sort, a receiving antenna, and a signal receiver. Means an elementary or basic radar consisting transmitting and receiving antenna. It emits the electromagnetic radiations or radio waves. In the transmitter section, we have one oscillators, radio frequency generators, modulators, and power amplifier and transmitter section. In the receiver section, we have receiver antenna and the signal processing unit. So receiver antenna will receive the echo signal from the target, and this signal is further processed in the processing unit, and we can find the target range and location of the target. In the some advanced radar, we also find the velocity of the target. A portion of the transmitted signal is intercepted by a reflecting object and is redirected to all directions. What is the working of radar is a portion of the transmitted signal is intercepted by the reflecting object and it deradiated in the all direction. This is the function of receiver system or radar system. The receiving antenna collects the return signal and delivers it to a receiver where it is processed to detect the presence of the target and to extract its location and relative velocity. Means the receiver antenna collects the return echo signal or RF signal and it delivers to the receiver unit where this echo signal or RF return signal is processed and it processed signal is extract the location and relative velocity of the target. The distance to the target is determined by measuring the time taken for radar signal to travel to the target and back. So the distance of the target is determined by measuring the time, means time taken by traveling the radar signal to the target and return back. This is known as time or transmitted time. The direction or Angular position of the target is determined from the direction of arrival of the reflected wave front. Means when echo signal is received, this signal will give the information of the target, direction of the target, and angular position of the target. The usual method for measuring the direction of arrival is with the narrow antenna beams. The usual method of measuring the direction of arrival is with the narrow antenna beam. If relative motion exists between the target and the radar, the shift in the carrier frequency of the reflected wave Doppler effect is a measure of the target's relative velocity and may be used to distinguish the moving targets from stationary objects. This is the known as Doppler effect. This Doppler effect is applicable for the moving object and moving target. When a target and radar have relative motions, then there is changes in the carrier frequency, shift in the carrier frequency. It's depend on the target. If target is moving away from the radar, then there will be changes in the carrier frequency. So this Doppler effect is measure the relative velocity and used to distinguish the moving target and stationary targets. Through this Doppler effect, we are able to find the velocity of moving object. In radars, which continuously track the movement of a target, a continuous indication of the rate of change of the target position is also available. It was first developed as a detection device to warn the approach of hostile aircrafts and for directing the anti-aircraft weapons. This is the device continuous tracking to the target, and it is applicable in the aircraft or for the direction finding of anti-aircraft weapons. A well-designed modern radar can extract the more information from the target signal than merely range. Means our modern radars is applicable for the target which is not in range and which is the target signals are in the merely in the range. So this is the extension application of computer engineering. So this radar is used in the computer engineering and computer science engineering to find the targets or direction finding of the anti-aircraft weapons and process the received signal through the particular softwares and the computer systems. Measurement of the range. Next topic of this lecture, the measurement of range. The most common radar waveform is a train of narrow rectangular shaped pulses modulating a sine wave carrier. Means the radar waveform is the pulse of rectangular shaped pulses which is modulating a sine wave carrier. Our baseband signal, that is the rectangular shaped pulses, and carrier signal is sine wave. Both signal are modulated through the carrier waves, and modulated signal is transmitted to the radar transmitters after the amplifications. The distance or range to the target is determined by measuring the time. Means the distance and range of the target can be found through the radar by time taken to travel the pulse to the target and return back in the form of echo signal to the receiver or radar, where T are taken by the pulse to travel to the target and return back. Since the electromagnetic energy propagates at the speed of the light, that is c, is known as 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. The range of the target is given by the r equal to the c into Tr upon 2. This is the formula of range of the target. This formula is calculated by the formula of speed, where c is the speed of the light, t is the time taken to travel the wave from radar to the target and return back to the radar receiver, and it is divided by the 2, and r is the range. So range can be calculated by or measured by this formula. The factors 2 appears in the denominator because of the two-way propagation of the radar, with the range r in the kilometers or nautical miles. And T are in the microseconds. The above relation becomes r equal to the in kilometers is equal to the 0.15 into Tr microsecond. Where we have calculated the range in the kilometers. So value of c is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, and t in the microseconds. After solve this value, you will get the value of range of the target in the kilometers, where the t is the time and microsecond. Next is the relationship between the mile and the kilometers. One mile is equal to the 0.8689 nautical mile or 1.6 kilometers. So 1 mile is directly in terms of kilometer is 1.6 kilometer, and 1 nautical mile is equal to the 1.15078 miles or 1.8412 kilometers. So the 1 nautical mile equal to the 1.8412 kilometers. Next topic of this lecture is the maximum unambiguous range, MUR. It is known as MUR, maximum unambiguous range. Once the transmitter pulse is emitted by the radar, sufficient time must elapse to allow any echo signals to return and be detected before the next pulse is transmitted. Therefore, the rate at which the pulses may be transmitted is determined by the longest range at which targets are expected. So, MUR is the range through the pulse is emitted by the radar, and sufficient time must be elapsed to allow any echo signal to return back to the receiver signal and be detected at the detection of system before the next pulse is transmitted. If the pulse repetition frequency is too high, the echo signal from the some target might arrive after the transmission of next pulse, and ambiguity in the measuring range might result. When some repetition pulse repetition frequency is very high, so some echo signal from the target is received after the transmission of the next pulse. So in this case, the ambiguity range in the measurement is occur, and they will be high. Echoes that arrive after the transmission of the second pulse or next pulse is known as second time around echoes, or multiple time arounds, or it is known as the second time around echoes. Such an echo would appear to be at a much shorter range than the actual. The range beyond which target appears as a second time around echoes, or the farthest target range that can be detected by the radar without ambiguity, is called the maximum unambiguous range, and is given by the unambiguous R, which is C upon 2 Fp. C is the speed of the light and Fp is the pulse repetition frequency. Means the range beyond which the target appears as a second time around echoes is called the maximum unambiguous range, or the farthest target range that can be detected by the radar without ambiguity is known as MUR, or maximum unambiguous range, where Ft is the pulse repetition frequency, or PRF in the hertz. Further, we can also explain the MUR by the following simple relationship, or simple relations. And TR is the time elapsed between the transmission pulses and the echo pulse. TR equal to 2R upon C from the range equation of, or measurement range of, radar, which I have already discussed in the previous slide. You know the range of target. TR is increases with the range R, and in the extreme case, echo pulse merge with next transmitted pulse. Then TR becomes equal to the TP, where the TP pulse repetition period. TR equal to the maximum range of time, that is the TP, or equal to the 2R maximum upon C. And so the R maximum is equal to the C TP upon 2, or in terms of the pulse repetition frequency, C upon 2 FP, that is the R unambiguous. Therefore, the R unambiguous is the directly proportional to the pulse repetition period, or inversely proportional to the pulse repetition frequency. So this is the formula for maximum unambiguous range. So in this lecture today, we have discussed the two important relationship, or the two important formula, which is given in this slide. First is range of a radar, that is R equal to the CTR upon 2. Next formula, maximum unambiguous range, that is the R unambiguous equal to the C upon 2FP. So these are the two formulas, and related this topic, or this formula, we have some questions. These are the some problems related to the maximum unambiguous range and the range of the radar target. First example, that is solved example, and it is based on the unambiguous range of radar. A certain radar has the pulse repetition frequency of 1250 pulses per second. Means PRF, that is the pulse repetition frequency, FP is 1250 pulses per second. And what is the maximum unambiguous range? And maximum unambiguous range is given by, this is the solution, that is the formula of unambiguous range. This is our formula. You can see that the maximum unambiguous range is equal to the C upon 2FP in terms of pulse repetition frequency. So from this equation of unambiguity range, we can write that directly the R unambiguous equal to the C upon 2FP. The value of the C is the 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per seconds, and 2 into 1250, and unit will be the meters, because meter per second is the unit of speed of the light, and frequency have the unit in hertz, or 1 upon second. So after solving this, we have the range of unambiguous of radar is 120 kilometers. This is maximum unambiguous range. Second solved problem, that is a shipboard radar has zero point 0.9 microsecond transmitted pulse width. Two small boats in the same direction are separated in the range by 150 meters. Will the radar detect the two boats as two targets? Means a shipboard radar has zero point 0.9 microsecond transmitted pulse width. Two small boats in the same direction are separated in the range of 150 meters. Means two small boats as a target and in the range of radar, and these are 150 meters separated. Will the radar detect the two boats as two target? Solution of this question to the radar range resolutions. The radar range resolution of a radar is its ability to distinguish the two closely spaced targets along the same line of the sight. The range resolution is a function of the pulse length, where the pulse length is equal to the LP, known as pulse length, C into tau upon 2. 2-way range corresponding to the pulse width. Why we use 2? Because of the transmission and reception, so 2-way range of the pulse. So radar range resolution is we have C, that is 3 into 10 to the power 8, and tau is the 0.9 that is given in the question. 0.9 microsecond transmitted pulse width into 10 to the power minus 6 upon 2. So after solving this, we have the 135 meters radar range resolutions. Means this is the ability of radar to distinct the object which have the distance in between of 135 meters. Since the boards are 150 meters apart, which is the greater than the range resolution of the target or the radar, 135 meters. So the radar can detect the two boards as the two separate targets. Because in this question we have to find first the radar range resolution. So the formula for radar range resolution is the same as the radar range equation or radar range formula, that is C into tau upon 2. Tau is the pulse transmitted pulse width, which is given in the question, and we have calculated the radar range resolution. If radar range resolution is less than to the distance of the two target, then it is able to detect the target. In the next section, we have some multiple choice questions related to the radars and some antennas. First question: the basic requirements of transmitting antennas are. We have four choice: high efficiency, low side lobes, large signal to the noise ratio, lone of the mentioned. Second question: is a device that converts the electrons to the photons or vice versa. First option है that is antenna, second electron gun, third photon amplifiers, and fourth is microwave tube. Third question: the number of the patterns, radiation pattern required to specify the characteristics are. Option 3, option 4, option 2, and next option is 5. Question number 4: the beam width of the antenna pattern measured at half power point is called. There is four option. One is the half power beam width, second is full null beam width, third beam width, and fourth one is none of the mentioned. Fifth question: an antenna has a field pattern that is E theta is equal to the cos 2 theta. Theta varies between 0 to 900. Half power beam width of the antenna is. Choice A 33 degree, choice B 66 degree, choice C is 1200 degree, and D is none of the mentioned. Sixth question is the related to the solid angle of the antenna. The solid area through which all the power radiated by the antenna is. Choice A beam area, choice B effective area, choice C aperture area, and choice D is beam efficiency. Patch antennas are the antenna of small size and are made of A. Strip line, B. Microstrip lines, C. Coaxial cables, and D. Rectangular waveguide. Question number 8. The pattern of the reflector in a reflector antenna is called. Primary pattern, secondary pattern, reflector pattern, none of the mentioned. Question